guys, my name is Renee and I am a good enough mom, and I love sharing tips and tricks of making my life simpler and easier. I also love showing projects of what we're doing around the home and with our children. Now these projects are not perfect projects, but they are done good enough to suit our family. I hope you enjoy the video. A couple of weeks ago I showed you how we prepared our soil for planting. If you would like to watch that video, you can click on the link up above. But now for the fun part. We are starting planting. I had bought loads of Egyptian walking onions, rockets, a bay leaf tree and some asparagus from my old house. And we also received a housewarming gift of lots of herbs from a friend of mine. And then we also went to buy some lettuce, cabbages, broccoli, celery and pea seedlings. I first had to decide where the pathways would be and where the beddings would be, and made sure to always walk on the pathways. Let the planting begin. I also had some helpers. I can't wait to enjoy eating from our new garden. My one daughter was needing a shelf in her room, and this seemed like a fun project for us to do together, seeing as we are really trying not to buy things unnecessarily, but rather repurpose items that we don't need anymore. This helps us to save money as well as to declutter objects that we don't need. So she decided to use a small bookshelf as the base of her new shelf, and we found this plank of wood that used to be used as a shelf near the washing line of the old house that could be used as a shelf for her new room. So we started by cutting the plank to size. It was quite tricky to cut it to size because my daughter's room actually used to be a water tank, so the corners are rounded. But the advantage of making the shelves ourselves out of salvaged wood is that we could customize it to her room. Then we sanded it really well. We attached it to the bookshelf with some corner pieces. And it suited her room just perfectly. We called this day the day of the bees, bats and bars, because when we arrived home after being out for some time, we arrived home to a cute little sheep grazing in front of our home. So he was the bar. He was such a friendly little sheep and allowed us to cuddle him and feed him. We decided to name this little sheep Sheepy Deepy, and he actually often comes to play around our house and loves it when the children come to cuddle him. After playing with him for some time, we went into the house to find that our house was filled with bees. There were hundreds of them, perhaps even thousands of them. We were not sure what to do, so we opened all the windows. But imagine our surprise when all of a sudden something started swooping around the house, eating the bees. It was a bat that somehow got into the house and was feasting on the bees. What a day full of surprises. Is this what's in store for us living on a farm? Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. So now for the real deal. Is good enough good enough? Now you might have been looking at some of our projects and thinking, now that is really absolutely pathetic. I could do it far better than what that family is doing. Why are they making videos about projects like that? And sometimes you might be looking at something we do and think, I'll never be able to do something like that. Now what I've decided with these videos is we are not professionals. We are just doing things in our family that are good enough for us. So my aim with a lot of these projects is to try and develop a can-do attitude within myself as well as within my children, and to encourage you that you can do the things that we do. The things that we do in our family are not difficult, and we don't always have the perfect end product, but it's good enough to serve the purpose that we're needing it for. And even in my videos, I know I don't always have the perfect lighting and the perfect camera position and the perfect behavior and the perfect end product, but at the end of the day, it is good enough to try and show you what we are doing. So I'll ask you to please be patient and accept our faults. We're not trying to show the perfect way of doing things. There are obviously better ways to do some of the projects that we're doing, and therefore I ask you to go look at the description below to see where we get our project information from and to see the right way to do things. But I hope that you're encouraged that you can do some of the projects that we are doing even by yourself without needing the professional to come and do it. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye!